Here is Mark Arnaldo filming from GenCon 2015. I'm here at the booth of Everything Epic, where they are presenting a new game that was on Kickstarter some time ago and has finally been released. The game is Secrets of the Lost Tomb, a pulp adventure game. And I'm here with the designers, Christopher and Jim, who have agreed to tell us a little bit about their game. Thank you guys.
You got it.
So, what is the game about and how does it play?
Sure. What Secrets of the Lost Tomb is a pulp action-adventure board game for 1 to 6 players. The simple overall theme of the game is very thematic. It's an immersive game taking the worlds of H.P. Lovecraft and Cthulhu and combining it with the worlds of Indiana Jones to get things like pulp, action, adventure, horror, and sci-fi all put together into one game. The gameplay itself is a tile exploring game. So while you start exploring the tiles, you start getting things like adventure, misadventure, you begin to get traps, and then most importantly, the scenarios. In the core game alone, there's 7 different scenarios, almost like 7 different games within the core game itself. As you play through that, you have all kinds of adventures that happen. As you do that, the scenario triggers help moving the story along through things like having zombies attacking you, pirates, you have different things with aliens, Cthulhu, all kinds of things. Every immersive element you can possibly think of, we've come up with archetypes and put them into the games. The core game itself is an extremely large and expansive game that has over 52 different base tiles inside of it, 19 different characters, and hundreds of cards and tokens that go along with the game. And those 7 scenarios are just the start. It also goes into the 19 different scenarios we have in our total universe, and then you also have the opportunity of expanding the tomb itself up to 119 tiles. That might not sound like a lot until you play it and you see it is absolutely gigantic.
Well, as is, the core set is one beast of a box already. Here is a shot at the box. So can we maybe take a closer look at the game? Can you tell us a little bit about how it plays and how it works?
Now, when you jump into the tomb, you're going to notice that we're setting it up because we've been running demos all day. But when you enter the tomb, there's going to be a specific amount of setup here, but when you move through the tomb, you're going to be exploring and finding new tomb tiles. There's a huge deck of room tiles that come in the core game. Every single one is unique. As you look through the tiles, you'll notice that there are no doubles. Every single one has text on it, symbols that all do something. Not like other games where you'll be walking around and they'll just be the same bland little thing, just a plain little hallway. Everything does something interesting. Many of them will have scenario triggered effects, so as you play the game and play different scenarios, they will actually trigger new and different things according to the scenario. If you look really quickly at the scenario book, you'll see that you'll have all of the different scenario triggers that are different per scenario, which is really great, and we're very story-based, so you'll have different sections to read aloud to the group or to yourself to enjoy and get really fully immersed in the tomb experience.
You said to yourself because the game is also solitaire friendly, right?
100% solo gamer friendly. If you wanted to play as a solo gamer, we have created a special character named Harrison Quatermanis the 13th. He is the solo character, and basically this character has much higher attributes and special abilities, and he also brings with him special companion cards that help him survive through the game. So rather than having to control and manipulate multiple characters, you can focus on your one solo character and also use different companions that can help redirect damage so you can survive better in the tomb. So that's one of the ways that we have created the game so that solo gamers can enjoy it, as well as people who really want to learn how to play. You can use the different mechanics of the game exactly the same way as if you were playing with 6 or if you're playing with 1. We've scaled it for every different amount of player.
And what are the main mechanics in terms of action, movement, combat, and things like that?
One of the best things about this game is that it's action-based, so you don't ever have to wait so long for your next turn to come up. Every player has 2 actions when you're playing in a 6-player game, or if you're playing in a 1-player game, for instance, you'll actually have 13 actions per round, which will help you be able to do enough things within the tomb before the tomb phase happens and all of the monsters and creatures get to do things. When you spend an action, you'll be able to explore the tomb, move around, do combat with creatures, search the rooms for more things, and manipulate different things within the scenarios themselves. Also, you can do different kinds of special abilities that your actual characters have, and use different types of items and weapons and do all that kind of stuff in the tomb.
And I see some dice there, guys. I used to take tests.
Yes, these are special dice that are actually D6-2 dice, and basically when you roll these are like rolling a D6, but they're in a 12-sided die form. So when you actually roll them, they actually roll like an actual die is supposed to, rather than when you roll a D6, it goes boom, 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 slide. Oh, it's a 1.
Yeah.
You know, so these will actually roll. So when you roll the dice nicely together, you get a really nice rolling effect.
And I see here you have multiple dials to keep track of the stats of the characters.
That's right. You have the character's audacity there, which helps you roll rolls if you get in trouble. You have the health track to see if they're going to die, of course, which is always fun.
What is
this? This is the courage track.
Oh.
So the more creatures and monsters that you fight against, you'll actually lose courage. And as you defeat monsters, you gain courage. And when you gain or lose courage, your stats will change. You'll gain special abilities and stats when you actually gain courage, and you'll lose, and bad things will happen to you when you lose courage, till eventually your character wants to flee the tomb, which is always, of course, bad. It's kind of like dying, unless one of your fellow companions can save you by stopping you from fleeing.
So the game has finally been released in its core set. Is now available for...
That's right. The core game and all the expansions are going to be released very shortly, and basically everything has finally come out in the Kickstarter. So everything is going to be shipping out to the Kickstarter backers next week following GenCon. So all of it is going to be finally out in the public.
How about the non-backers that just are watching this video and are dying to reserve a
That's
copy?
right.
How
Well,
can they get their hands
you
on
were
one?
here in GenCon, you actually have an opportunity to pick up the game. If you weren't here in GenCon, you could actually go online to our website, everythingepic.us or secretsoftheLostTomb.com, and you can go on our store, and if we have copies still remaining, we'll put them on there for you to potentially pre-order. If not, you might have to wait for our next upcoming Kickstarter, which is in the fall. That goes along with our scenario submission event. And we have a special scenario submission event for those who are creative writers and for those who have great ideas to create a scenario or something that they want in a board game. They said, oh man, I always really wanted this particular thing in a game. Now's your chance to finally become part of Everything Epic and create an amazing scenario for upcoming releases.
Can we have a look at these things that are the expansions, right?
Each one of these are a different expansion in the game. You have Atlantis Mystery of the 13, which adds completely new levels to the tomb. You have Passages and Perils, which adds a whole 30 plus tiles and traps to the tomb. You have Reign of Terror, which is about Emperor Dracus and the Draconian army, and of course it also has the campaign guide that's included, so you can take all the scenarios in the game and turn them into one big campaign. The Great Apocalypse, which is all about the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse and the zombie apocalypse as well, and it has a jumbo giant tile for the outdoor part of the tomb. And then of course there's Ancient Myths and Legends, which is all about the Maelstrom Squad German super soldiers and the Hell Golem, who is protecting Captain Nemo's submarine, and the Vampire Mafia, and more. Each one of these expansions comes with new characters, new room tiles, new scenarios that add even more to the game. Core game comes with 52 room tiles. With all of the expansions together, it goes to 120 room tiles, a massive tomb. Every tile is unique and different and makes the game even more immersive and more enjoyable. When you take all of these scenarios from 7 from the core game, add them to all the expansions, there are over 20 scenarios, plus the companion guide, so you can make the entire campaign. All the characters, well over 30 plus characters, new items, new monsters, and all of these expansions, plus of course the miniatures. You have a very epic and immersive experience.
Sounds great. Thank you very much. Thank you for introducing me and my viewers to the Secret of the Lost Tomb by Everything Epic. Was on Kickstarter, available now for a short time, I understand, because I think it's going to sell out soon. Available now for a short time for order and pre-orders. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.